Are you a new finance leader, and whether that be a CFO or finance director or even a head of finance, and you lack a bit of confidence in that new role? Well, today I'm going to give you some strategies on how you can build your confidence in that role. Hi, my name's Alysha Randall. I am a fractional CFO for startups and scale ups, and I also train new and aspiring finance directors or CFOs in this world. And as I said today, I'm going to go through how you can build your confidence. So there's a few things that you can do, a few strategies that you can do in order to get there. So the first one is understanding the business inside out. So particularly if you have moved industries, so whether you've moved, say, for an e-com platform to a fintech, or even more of a variance, moved from an audit firm to say a fintech. So what's worthwhile is really teaching yourself everything you can about the industry. So whether it is speaking to people that are in the same industry, joining groups or forums that are on that industry, going to industry events, or even just, hitting Google and doing a few searches. Or you could even ask ChatGPT to give you an overview summary on your particular industry and key things worth knowing. Another area you can look at within understanding your industry is looking at KPIs. So, and metrics, actually, not just the KPIs. So, having a look in each department, what are the things that they're tracking? And then maybe even having a look at your competitors and seeing how the KPIs or metrics are different between your business and another business. That is a really good strategic way of understanding the business, but also understanding what they're up against and where the gaps could be. Number two is developing strong leadership skills. So, leadership skills we talk about both on this channel and in our blog posts quite a lot. And obviously, a couple of the modules within our financial leadership program just talk about leadership on its own and then throughout the entire course. So, I'm not going to cover this in 30 seconds, but ultimately understanding what is leadership and building on those skills is really, really important to give you the confidence that you're doing the right thing. So this is, I think, also very relevant if it's your first leadership role. So if you've moved from, say, a more managerial role, say a financial controller or finance manager, and then up to this leadership role, it is a very different skill set. And I made plenty of mistakes in the early days of not understanding what that is. And I actually, myself took a leadership course to understand it a bit better. So you really do need to work out what they are. So a couple of things is obviously leading by example. So develop those behaviors you want your team to have. And then your confidence to lead by example, but also clear communication, being transparent, communicating regularly, being clear and confident, all of those kind of things will help. Number three is seeking mentorship. So again, particularly if you are on a new journey or a new path, very cliche, but you want to find a mentor that's done that before and they can help you on your roadmap. And they can also, give you some tips and then also tell you the times that they made mistakes and hopefully you can learn from their mistakes. Number four is focusing on continuously learning. So similarly to understanding the industry, you also want to understand, the latest trends in finance and leadership. So it could be formal courses, it could be online courses like our financial leadership program, or again, it could be industry specific. And you can really build up obviously your CPD from there. But when you get a big role, whether it's say a CFO role even, you just never stop learning. So your CEO or founder will definitely have coaching or learning. They also don't stop. Nobody really stops learning unless they're making a mistake. So strong leaders don't stop learning. So make sure that you do the same thing. Own your own decisions. So as a CFO or finance leader, sometimes you do have to make the tough decisions. And I would encourage you to stand by those decisions with confidence. So even if they're challenging, obviously with small decisions, you can make them relatively quickly. With big decisions, it's worthwhile, obviously taking your time, doing enough research, doing enough communication with everybody around to make sure you're making the right decision. But also after you've made a decision, always look back at it and reflect as to whether it was the right decision or not. And if it wasn't, just learn from that. So going forward, you will make the right decisions. I can tell you right now, even the founders at the top of their game make mistakes with their decisions. It is not that nobody makes 100% the right decisions at all time. So just take comfort in learning from your mistakes as quickly as possible, mitigating some of the risks by taking some time and doing more research, but then having confidence with what you've decided to do. Building strong relationships. So it's really important to understand that business relationship or business partnership role that finance leaders really need to have. So particularly with the leaders around the business, you really need to develop strong partnerships. I do have, I've talked about this quite a lot, so I'll leave some links so that you can look at business partnership in more detail. But ultimately, it's really important to develop those relationships, and then by the two of you again working together, by you helping them and they help you, that kind of builds your confidence as an established player within the business. Number 7 is embrace your challenges. So really don't shy away from challenges. You really need to embrace those things. And I will say from experience in a startup on scale up, even today, even though I've had nearly 20 years of experience in startups or scale ups, I am still coming across things being thrown at me that I've never done before. And so you really do have to embrace that. You get out of your comfort zone, and then you build more confidence in how you handle those unexpected things. This is also why having a network is really useful, because if there's anything that you've never done before, you can reach out to people who have done it before and can give you recommendations. Again, and that's also why our online program is quite useful, because we talk about lots of different things and teach you how to deal with those situations. And number 8, I will say this is something people don't do very well, and that is regularly reflecting on your achievements. So people are naturally wired to remember the things that they've done wrong, the mistakes, rather than reflecting on what you've achieved. So it is worthwhile taking stock and seeing, oh, where was I 12 months, 24 months, 36 months ago, and where you've really come over the life of your career, say. Any good feedback that you've received, take it, save it away for another time, because there is a reason why you're in this finance leadership role, and that's because you have shown how good you are in the past. And so don't take that for granted. Really celebrate what you've been able to achieve. Okay, so they're my tips for building confidence as a finance leader. If you need further information on how to be a leader, workshops that we do that you can attend, we do them about once every 1 to 2 weeks. Feel free to sign up for those. I'll leave all the links below. Otherwise, click subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.